Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. We have some lovely guests here in the studio this morning from Produce, Iowa, the Iowa Arts Council, and Iowa PBS. And we're going to be talking about the Film Lounge. They're having a watch party tomorrow night at the Fleur Cinema. And before we kind of get into all of the details with all of that, we want to show you some clips of some of the filmmakers and some of the films that are going to be featured in this video.
I wanted to live kind of in that cyberpunk type world that you see in a lot of movies like, Blade Runner and things like that. Through shooting in Des Moines, I was able to kind of build like mega cyberpunk city.
The idea was, in a way, to poke fun at these documentaries that are supposed to be unscripted, but they look scripted.
Wait, you're looking for like an actor to like play the part of a real person?
No, I want a real person to play the part of an actor.
Oh yeah, I'm not a real person, I'm an actor.
I wanted to tell the story of an artist in the present moment. What does it feel like to be making something? What does it feel like to doubt yourself?
Did I screw up? Did I switch to my orange filter when I took that? Nope, I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna walk away.
To make this project work, we are going to have to convey a very strong feeling and try and get them to go with that feeling for 3 minutes.
Wake up. Are you coming back home?
We wanted to do a thriller that had an emotional core to it.
You've read about this sort of thing before, remember? Well, now it's happening to you. To us. I know you're freaking out right now, but just try not to. Do exactly what I say.
Oh, a lot of talent here in the state of Iowa in a lot of different ways. Liz, let's start with you. Liz Gilman, she's with Produce, Iowa. Let's just share with everybody what the Film Lounge is, because I know this is your 4th season, correct?
Yes. Well, it's where all the cool kids are.
all right, as we just saw.
But we are a television series that elevates Iowa filmmakers. And I mean, you being a creative, you know that lots of times you kind of your creativity gets stifled because you usually work for a client. And we wanted to give it the opportunity for filmmakers and media people to do something very creative and do something for themselves to tell their own story. So this is a space that we allow them to do that.
Okay, and it takes partners to make this happen, some good partnerships.
I'm all about collaboration.
That's right. I think that's what makes it bigger and better. And we have Veronica O'Hearn here. She's the Grant Services and Artist Programs Manager with the Iowa Arts Council. And then Chuck Check, I like saying that, Manager of the Local Programming over at the Iowa PBS. So Veronica, let's start with you. And talk just about how the Iowa Arts Council comes into play with the Film Lounge.
Sure. So the Iowa Arts Council is Iowa's state arts agency. So we provide funding, professional development, and networking opportunities to help enhance arts and culture across Iowa. So in this particular partnership, we work with Liz at Produce Iowa, our sister division at the Iowa Department of Cultural Affairs, and Chuck with Iowa PBS to really showcase the work being done by Iowa artists, in this case specifically Iowa filmmakers. So the Iowa Arts Council helps host the call every year. It's an annual call with a June 1st deadline. So if you haven't applied yet, filmmakers, we're looking for your films every year.
Nice.
And you can submit by June 1st this year as well. And then we'll help promote your work throughout the year leading up to the watch parties and then the premiere on Iowa PBS.
Okay, very nice. All right, Chuck, let's talk, because you can speak to the actual programming itself and these films and the filmmakers. So kind of talk about what we're going to see tomorrow night at the watch party that we'll talk a little bit more about here in a minute. And then, but there's more to it. There's a couple of different opportunities to see all that's been produced here.
Right. So the Film Lounge really is 2 episodes on Iowa PBS. Premieres Saturday at 11 p.m. and Sunday at 10 p.m.
Okay.
And a total of 10 films we selected from around the state. And what we'll see at the watch party tomorrow night are the ones that are more local. So if you know a filmmaker locally, you can meet them at the Fleur.
Okay.
And you saw a good rundown of the films that will be shown tomorrow night. Every one of them will be at the screening.
Okay, and then you'd mentioned that tomorrow night it's focusing on kind of the Des Moines area.
Yeah, we want to give enough
filmmakers.
time to do a Q&A afterwards with the filmmakers in the area. In the past, we've shown 2 one-hour episodes, and then it gets really late into the evening, and we don't have time. So we thought, let's just focus on the people in the area that we know the cast and crew are here, and they can gather and see their work on the big screen, which is very rare for filmmakers. And so to be
Very
able to sit
exciting.
there at the floor and see it on the big screen is a great thing.
So Chuck, you've seen all of the different things that are going to be featured. Just speak to the talent and the artistry that is happening here.
That is the best part of the Film Lounge, because you get to meet all sorts of filmmakers with different kinds of interests and disciplines. From the clips that we saw, you probably recognize Patrick Albanese, who is part of Triple Espresso. Terrell Christie is a local filmmaker. He does science fiction. We've got Justin Norman, who's known more for his comedies, and he does this really crazy thriller, Note to Self. Sam Fatala has a really, really sweet documentary about the artistic process that's called Soft Eyes. And then Spencer Smith did kind of a crazy experimental film called At the Violet Hour. And if you like movies like Tree of Life or Thin Red Line, it's kind of a meditation on a certain feeling that he has. So
Okay, well, I'm excited to see what's going to be played tomorrow night. But talk about, because this is for all across the state. I know we kind of get a little focused on the central Iowa and so forth, but this involves filmmakers from all across the state. There's other watch parties that are going to be happening in different areas. Talk a little bit about
we just had one over in Iowa City on Saturday at Film Scene, and they had a great participation over there, even though the weather. We dodged that one, but yeah, I mean, it really captures stories all across the state.
Yeah,
there's a lot of talent out there.
There is a lot of talent, and you guys at home, you can go and see some of this tomorrow night. Talk specifically about the watch party that's happening.
The doors will open at 6:30.
Okay,
and then we'll get started at 7. And like Chuck has put together a special pod of sneak peek for us of the local filmmakers. And then afterwards I'll hop up and do a little Q&A and take audience questions. So we hope a lot of people show up for this. It's a great chance to interact with filmmakers and get to understand why they did things certain ways in their films, and just get to know the deeper level of what their film was about.
I love that aspect, because that isn't an opportunity a lot of us get when you watch something and then you kind of have questions, and so that I think that's a nice addition to that. Talk about, this is your 4th season, and kind of where some of the filmmakers that have been featured in the past few seasons, like where they go from here. Are you seeing more works from them, and kind of the role having, being part of the Film Lounge maybe plays in their artistic process?
I think a lot of times you see them make connections with each other through it. Sometimes what we see from a statewide perspective is that our filmmaking and artist communities can be somewhat isolated. So I think the Film Lounge is a really great way to bring together filmmakers who are working across the state and better share resources in different regions of the state. So we've seen new partnerships formed because of that, new collaborations, and then a lot of them will, go out, leave the state, come back, and bring some of those skill sets as well. So it's something we really love to see the filmmakers sort of helping each other flourish.
Okay, well, thank you for that. Remind everybody, tomorrow night, watch party, give them the details and time, and if they need tickets and all of that good stuff.
Yep, it is Thursday, January 23rd at the Fleur Cinnamon and Cafe, and I have to give a special shout out to them because they are so great to host and support local filmmaking. Doors open at 6:30. We'll have some swag bags that we brought in here tonight,
Very nice.
today, and then the show time's at 7.
Okay, everybody get out.
It's free too, I should say.
And it's free,
Absolutely free.
Tomorrow night, Fleur Cinema, 7 o'clock. And if people want more information on the film and the programming that's going to be happening this weekend, where they get to see more of them, iowapbs.org/Film Lounge.
Or just thefilmlounge.org.
Oh, or thefilmlounge.org, and you saw their Facebook page up there. And then Veronica, the Iowa Arts Council for the application deadlines and
we're
so
at
forth.
iowaculture.gov.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you guys very much. What a beautiful collaboration. Excited to see what gets shown tomorrow night at the Fleur Cinema. So thank you.